Good morning, Zodiac. Beautiful morning on the beach here, special beach edition. Tarot My Love, the Weekend Quickies, or the weekend of May 22nd, guys. Holy moly, are we rolling. So, I've already shuffled down. Actually, I'm going to take a look, because I already did the readings. It's good practice. Technical difficulties. Sure. Oh, look, we're rolling. Okay. Oh, technical stuff. It's not my love and life. Long story. Uranus, right? And retrograde and challenged. So, this is going to be Aries showing up kind of as yourself. If you're younger, especially with youthful, exuberant, sincere energy. There's the Page of Wands. Wanting to say, hey, I'm into you. Hey, you want to go out? Hit the barista up, something. That page, it's not really I want to marry you, I love you stuff necessarily. Five of Swords, though, this is what's challenging you. So it's a pretty strong challenge. Five of Swords. That's kind of vicious arguing, pointed arguing to me. But words being exchanged too. That in some way are a challenge to you. This could be your person. This is your advice from Spirit. Now, there's no way to read the Seven of Swords as advice from Spirit. You could say it's to think strategically. But I think it's trying to say that from whatever caused this argument with your person, okay, and this is the challenge here, the advice for the challenge in this argument is that, you really should look at it strategically, and I think all indication from that is that in this they were cheating, lying kind of energy here with the Seven of Swords. They were hiding something. So this, boy, this boy trigger for myself. When you directly ask them, are you seeing someone else? And they directly say, no, what are you talking about? Are you seeing someone else? Because, why are you asking me? Or you're projecting. But they are. And they are. But they deny it because they're lying. It's kind of like, I'm sorry, it's kind of like what this is. Okay? And a fool energy for your outcome. I see this kind of as glancing off here. I don't know if this is a real deep thing with you. Because of the Page of Wands, like this might have been something kind of quick and you were kind of passionate and had this interest. You butted heads. A lot of times sexual energy is also conflicting energy. It's almost by definition. And many times you see that in the chart too. And even like not sexual, just love interest, you have to have those dynamics. So but you guys really clashed hard, and you felt like there is a hanky-panky going on, and you're just going to move off with your wand energy, I think, kind of take it off in another direction, because maybe really what it's all about is just that you are Page of Wands. You have a young, strong, vibrant, sincere desire to interact and have romance in your life, and you're not finding it there, so you just glance off of that and move on to the next one. Like next, thank you guys. Taurus, here we are for the Weekend Quickies for 22nd of May. It's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I should add. Quickies Read's a good place if you're new to tarot to kind of see if your sun sign really is the one that resonates the most. Now, I watched a lot. And you're always going to get something out of any reading, but you only have so much time. But I've discovered the sun is 95% of the time what resonates. So this is you, Taurus, with the Queen of Cups coming in and around relationships where your mind and heart is at. And so you're channeling the part of yourself that is emotionally open and vulnerable. And you're able to be open and vulnerable because you're emotionally strong. You're channeling the emotional intelligence. It's a maturity. You may have learned something here. It's so important, and the Queen is such a sweet Queen. and she's moving right into the reading with her cup here. So you've got someone in your mind. And Judgment. Okay. So you have Judgment here. This is your challenge here position. Um, so there's something about this offering of your cup, opening yourself up to love, that's you're being called out. Like it may be as you, it's almost like as your heart starts to open and as you have this feeling of you want to be emotionally open and tell this person you love them. Because the Queen of Cups is not Page of Cups. So this is like, I love you. I want to spend my life with you. You're my soulmate. You mean the world to me. All of that good stuff. So Judgment is being in the in the challenge. It's maybe you're having a hard time dealing with this. Maybe it is some kind of strong calling, you know. So we kind of say to me, this is not like a little relationship, whatever's going on. This is clearly something big here that may, have a karmic and soulmate implications. And there's a transformation process going on too with this. And maybe that's what it is. It's like you see that as you move forward here, um, you're going to have to change, and this is not always bad. Pluto again in a chart, uh, if it's trine to Venus and stuff, yeah, it's going to be really hot, but it's also going to lead. It's going to show a transformative nature to say in love if it's trine to Venus. And transformative just means you can take it to a high level. I mean, maybe you haven't been this emotionally open and vulnerable before. Maybe you only recently really realized things that allowed you to really be open and vulnerable and understand your own emotions and stuff. And I think there's a little bit of concern that as you move forward, but this being advice, you should do it. The advice is going to be okay. It's sort of like yield, accept, give yourself to this. And the Eight of Swords is the outcome. So it may not end well. I kind of got the soulmate hit job going on, and you're very sincere. You want to open yourself here. You're hesitant because you realize it's going to lead to this kind of like death and rebirth cycle. This may have even been what happened recently, or what is going to happen, and then so you being in the Eight of Swords energy out of it. Um, let's see here, and Justice. Huh. Um, it may be that what happens out of it is you find out that the person is either married or um, in the middle of a divorce, or just married, or in a long-term committed relationship. And this brings you heartache here in the Knight of Pentacles. I've seen this before too, and sort of like in the end of it, this is happening, but I think the main takeaway here is realize there's something going on here that's transforming you, and it's a soul dynamic, life dynamic. It's going to be always in the chart, and in the end, you're being asked to be strong and move away, and it's going to take some time. But also, this is moving away in strength. This is good though with the Pentacles. So what it means is you're not moving away from the relationship in any sense, um, all bucked up and obsessive and lost, and you're moving on strong. You figured out hopefully what you learned from this, and you move away. Also keeping your Queen of Cups energy, being open and vulnerable. You move away, not becoming bitter at all. So thank you, Taurus. Gemini, thanks for joining me here. It's for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your Wheel of Fortune. This is you in and around relationships for the weekend on the 22nd of May on the Weekend Quickies. Let's see what we have here. Because it's major arcana. This is be you, I think, with a feeling of that there's something big going on, probably around love and relationships. I mean, you could have this detached from any love relationship. You could just be on your own and be single and be happy, but begin to have some feeling like, just have a feeling like, am I going to meet someone soon? Something good is going to happen here. And your challenge, okay? I laugh because it's kind of cute. Your challenge, and this is good though, your challenge is you've been the hermit, and maybe you're still the hermit, so hard to meet anyone when you're in your cave, you know? With the Wheel of Fortune here, the hermit is starting to maybe stir a little bit, you know? And you're starting to feel like, you know, maybe you want to go out of the cave, you know, more than just to gather a little wood for the fire and some water. And maybe you feel like there's something coming, or you feel like someone's going to come visit your cave, you know? And, you know, your advice. But your advice is to hang back and look at things from another perspective. Um, I think like it's about taking your time, and maybe you kind of haven't quite found the, oh, I want to say the G spot. You know, it's like you're looking, what the hell is that thing? You know, but you haven't, because you're pointing the finger at yourself, and you're going inside and figuring out your own stuff. Could be a little manifestation too with this in this position, you know. Um, Maybe you are trying to take control of the wheel a little bit, because you know it is sort of the outcome of our karma and our soul's work here and everything. It's going to be based on what happened in the past, but you can't really quite figure out the direction you want to go in yet, because it's about you. You haven't really figured out what's you. That's the universe telling you. You haven't figured it out just yet. And the universe's advice is maybe you're looking at it from the wrong way. You know, maybe you're looking at it from your position. You need to look at it from the other person's position. Or maybe you always look at it from their position. And what you need to do is look at it from your position. Example. There's some way you need to look at it in a different way. The outcome is the Six of Cups. There's a promise here that the outcome will be a soulmate union. And you'll have this soulmate union. It'll just happen with the Wheel of Fortune here. And it's pretty much going to happen pretty much exactly when you put your finger on whatever it is that you're in the hangman energy about. This thing about yourself, about relationships and love, how you love, looking at the old patterns. And about the second you put your finger on, we could be looking at another 6 months here, this starts to happen. You get this fulfillment, this could be with the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Cups, a successful manifestation. Or if not a manifestation, you begin to just feel like there's a soulmate coming, and then they do come. What was that? Thank you, Geminis. Cancer, here we are. Morning Quickies, or the Weekend Quickies for May 22nd. Here on the Beach Edition in the morning light. It's a little bit late because I did one reading and it didn't take, so that's okay. It was good practice, got me warmed up. And this is for sun, moon, rising, whatever resonates with you. And I think a quickie reading is a good place to go if you're new to tarot too. I say to go and look at your sun, look at your moon, look at your rising on the same day, and see what resonates. I always found it was my sun 90% of the time. You can always get something out of one of the other readings. So here you are, Cancer, showing up with the Two of Swords. I don't know what to do. Energy around love and relationship, and the Two of Wands, and I don't know where to go. It's kind of tough now. The Two of Wands here is in your challenge position, so you don't know what to do, and you have to take it. I think this as a challenge. This says it's basically like someone standing over you and saying you have to make a choice one way or another. Which way you're going to go right now? And you're just there with your hand in your head, maybe crying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And it's kind of a urgent feeling to me, here, Cancer. So this is your advice. Take decisive action. It's like whatever it takes. Mars is action, Mars is strength. Draw upon your Mars energy, draw upon your strength, and take decisive action in enlightened interest, enlightened self-interest, but decisive action. Could be selfless action. Whatever it takes, it's the energy like busting out of something here. And walk away from this emotionally. But I feel like in order to walk away from this emotionally with this Eight of Cups, you have to take this decisive action. Guys, I gotta tell you, this is a metaphor, I hope. uh, uh, but it's almost like someone that's in prison and they gotta make a prison break. That's the feeling of it here, guys. Cancers, thank you guys for joining me. Leos, here we are. It's the Weekend Quickies for 22nd of May. We're on the beach edition in the morning light. And it's for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus energies. I think Quickies, I want to say, is a good place to look at your different, it'd be a different moon, different rising, even Venus sometimes. And a lot of times it depends on how strong things are in your chart. Sometimes I think it can depend on transits. Right now, that's a theory of mine. Pretty sure of it, and looking at it more and more. I encourage you to do so and let me know what you see. But, you know, like you might be having a really strong transit to your moon, and maybe for months or years even, if it's Pluto or something, Uranus, your moon could be emphasized, right? So here we are, Leo, this is you, King of Cups, in and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. Pretty good. You're channeling the emotional part of yourself. There's some maturity here in terms of love and relationship now. If you give your cup, you know you're coming from a position of strength. You know your mind. You're comfortable in your own skin. And you know your worth. You're prepared to offer your cup of love from a very strong place. There's emotional mastery, emotionally understanding yourself, relationship issues perhaps here. And just a fantastic place to be in overall in terms of love and relationships. Now your challenges work. Challenges work. So take that as you may. I mean, this could be literally the challenges work. Like you're all about love and you're open and you're, you know, but maybe there's work to do. Now, is this work to do on the relationship? Or is this literally work is the challenge? I mean, sometimes, I don't know, I sometimes want to get kind of literal. It's like, the challenge is your lovers at work, and there's a policy you can't be lovers and work in the same office, something like that. The challenge is your lover works all the time, and how can you have a love life when they work all the time? Bigger than that. Or you work all the time, and how can you have a love life? But you're showing up as a King of Cups, and probably not you. You look like you're ready. You know, if you work all the time, you've managed to carve out some time to have love in your life because you're King of Cups. Okay. Now, this is advice from Spirit now. And advice is the Hierophant. So, Leo, this is about a marriage or a commitment here. Something solid and traditional as the advice. You know, this could be someone that's in a relationship and could be speaking to an emotional aspect of yourself in dealing with the relationship that you're in, that there needs to be work on this marriage. But I'm going kind of literal today. And it would be emotional work. And it would involve you probably channeling exactly this part of yourself, the more sensitive side, more yielded side of yourself. Wow, what a confirmation. The outcome is the building up. This is what wands are, actions. So I don't see them as a happy marriage. I see them as the building up, the process of building a happy, secure, long-term relationship or marriage with someone, possibly a family and children involved. Maybe this is the work that needs to be done. So whether you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, which is a relationship's not a marriage, your advice is you're going to do this work and you're going to move into a marriage and you're going to build together this happy home and long-term relationship and marriage, you know. Wow. And I think all of that may have happened. I think that's what that's saying, is because maybe you were just ready. Maybe you just finally got to some point where you really opened your heart with the Queen of Cups. And once you did, all of that came in, you know. You have to do some work on it. Might be a period of 8 months being involved in that. So thank you. Now we got Virgos. You're coming in as a 10 of Swords here on the weekend of May 22nd. This is your energy and around love and relationships. And remember, it's for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs as you, you know, intuit it. And I think a quickie reading is a good place if you're new to tarot to check out some of your other positions. You know, if here you're a Virgo sun, but you have Cancer moon, check out 3 minutes for the Cancer reading and see if it resonates. And try your rising and so on. For me, it's usually my sun. Okay, but I have a lot of energy in Sag. So this is your challenge here to this Ten of Swords. You're just clearly feeling done, like you're just done with something. The Magician here, your challenge. Wow, you're done with something and it's over. But with the Magician here in the challenge position, it either you are dragging it out or someone else is dragging it out, and it's some manipulation going on here, I think, with the Magician, because it's in the challenge. The bad part of the Magician, a lot of times with the challenge position, you can just read them upside down, read them, that's what it means, okay? If it's reversed, it's the same thing. It's a manipulation with the Magician, pretty much. And your advice is the King of Wands. So your advice is that there's a strong, mature fire sign who's outgoing, outspoken, confident, probably positive, optimistic, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Or you need to channel this energy here and focus on this energy. Um, the Ten of Swords too is kind of being done and not maybe being able to help yourself. So you're very vulnerable when you're in this position. You don't want someone trying to manipulate you. And this King of Wands here, this fire sign, is looking right at the manipulation. So I get the feeling like either it could point to in your chart, there's fire energy that if you look at the transits and stuff with your person, or progressed composite transits may really hit this hard. You're going to see a direction there that's going to give you advice on the kind of manipulation that's going on, because I feel like you're stuck in it. It's like your agony is being prolonged, but it's like this fire sign is going to come in here and see this, and I think they're going to tell you something about it. Yes, maybe release you from it. Maybe because what they bring to it is some positivity. Maybe you've been looking at it from the Ten of Swords. And I said before, with the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and even the Ten of Swords, and almost maybe especially the Ten of Swords, because Ten of Swords, when you're prepared to hear it, is don't isolate. Reach out to your friends. Let them come in and help you. And it's like a fire sign coming in and helping you and pulling you away and telling you that, look, look at what we can do. Look at the fun we can have. Look at how successful you really are. I mean, someone being all about you and being positive and focusing on you, and not focusing on the negative, not focusing that you're unhappy or your relationship failed or whatever it is, but focusing upon you and your accomplishments and what you can do and what you're all about. So very positive, Virgo. Thank you. Leos, thank you for joining me. This is May 22nd, Weekend of. This is your morning quickie with the star card here. It's you in and around relationships. We're reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus energy. I'm feeling very optimistic, and it could be a manifestation card here. Channeling any Aquarius energy. We'll keep an eye out for an Aquarius person popping up, but feeling very good, focusing on hopes and dreams and wishes, which is why it's manifestation. I mean, basic manifestation is focusing on hopes and dreams and wishes and not on all the negative stuff. Challenges the world. It's very interesting in a challenge position. Two major arcana. So there's something major going on, and you may be, actually, this could be, if you're manifesting, then you're gonna intuit this way, that there's something going on with your manifestation, and this would be like a block. And with the world, I always see it here as leveling up in a relationship, and it's looking right at you. It could be saying, in terms of the manifestation or this feeling of the hopes and dreams and wishes, because it's in the challenge position, I think it's saying like you need to aim higher. And it comes to mind. It was a movie, and someone was telling someone their fantasy. And their friend's response to it was, "Seriously, your fantasy is that you're the second to someone, and you don't have enough." And because to the person it was this great fantasy, but his point was, God, if you're gonna fantasize, why don't you fantasize about something truly great? I mean, what the hell? A little bit like that. It's like aim a little bit higher. Don't be afraid to aim a little bit higher. Now this is very good, because now this is in your advice from Spirit. So this is about love, and it's about aiming higher. So it's like whatever you were dreaming of and you wanted. Um, it's kind of implying to me, with lovers being your advice from Spirit, that you can get it here. Definitely about love. And here it's like you may even have a choice. It's like having a menu, and you go in and you have this menu. Now you got to think here. It's like this is sort of like really like the Sagittarius, and then shoots the arrow at the sun. Shoot your arrow at the sun. Really go for it here with this person. Could involve a Gemini, should say. Outcome, Nine of Cups. Absolutely going for it with your cup of love. So your advice is to lovers. It's like you're moving in the right direction. The advice is you're going to get what you want. So this is a water sign. It's going to be a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces person here, with the cup of love. I think coming at you here. It's definitely what you manifested. Um, and so I think it let me know if this resonates with you, because I want to know, did you shoot high enough? So make sure that's the case, because now because you're getting what, like, this is like, be careful what you wish for, because you got it. Here it comes. And the Knight of Cups, he's really coming in there strong. He or she. Okay. Scorpios, thanks for joining me here. This is the Weekend Quickies for the 22nd of May. And Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I should say. This is your energy in and around love, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. Beautiful. Ace of Pentacles is just about the perfect card to have there, Not too much. You're solid. Could imply you're in the midst of a solid new beginning. Ace of Pentacles can imply to me being single and just being solid. Just be like, how are you doing? Well, I'm cool. And they don't go and ask, how are you all doing? How are you guys doing? It's, how are you doing? I'm cool. And you move on with the conversation. But it's very cool. So challenges in Aries. And they're looking at you. So this is a person. So you're being challenged by an Aries person, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In any case, they're bringing this energy to you of being kind of closed-minded, being rigid, being controlling, that kind of energy. Um, and it's in your challenge position. I can feel how not good it is. It's like, see, this is your advice from Spirit. So in Five of Pentacles in the advice position, I'm going back to your Ace of Pentacles. This is like this person that's blocking you. It's your block here is telling you you're not good enough. You don't have enough. Who's telling you are not good enough and you don't have enough. Spirit is saying, don't believe that. If there's any lack mentality that goes deep, with the Ace of Pentacles, I think maybe that's you starting to overcome it and have a confidence in yourself that you can do it. I can do it. That kind of energy. In the Five of Cups. But yeah, now the Five of Pentacles coming with the Five of Cups. You're going to be leaving this behind, this energy. And his back is turned to the whole reading. Okay? Don't worry about the cups behind him right now. I think for a while, you're going to have to grieve maybe 3 months. And then you can turn around and examine what's still behind you to move on to. But with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, clearly. Also, I think it's saying that whatever this Emperor was, it's not enough for you. It's like you know, they're like saying, what the hell do you mean I'm not enough? I'm the emperor here. But you're like, oh, sorry, emperor, you know, not thick enough. I want more. Okay, thank you guys. Sagittarius, brothers and sisters, thanks for joining me here for the Weekend Quickie. It's your 22nd of May. This is you showing up where your mind and heart is at in and around relationships. And Queen of Swords. So this is Sag. We're channeling that part of ourselves that's more decisive than Sagittarius might normally be. Capable of setting boundaries, which we don't normally do. Mutable fire. Something that's mature. It tells the truth like we normally do. This is the part of Sagittarius where they say we blurt things out, hurt people's feelings, can be prone to this being the King of Swords, the energy. And I think too, when I see this energy in a reading, it's that we are in this energy because something in the past put us there. So it's got a little bit, when I see the King of Swords, even the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, a little bit of a chip, even the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords, a little bit of a chip on its shoulder. Ace is more about questions and stuff, but you know, a little bit of chip on the shoulder. What's challenging you is not drugs, but addictions in terms of relationships, toxicity, codependent behaviors, jealousy, controlling behaviors. Nothing to do with Capricorn. Could be around Capricorn in your chart, pointing to this. Capricorn in synastry, particularly composite. Always look at the progressed composite around these if you're having issues. As an astrologist, what I do is try to help people with the charts. So another clear kind of reading here going on. This is your advice from Spirit. Well, advice is to reach out. You see those wands going a long way. Reach out into the distance here, Sag. Expend a lot of energy. I can't see as any other way than moving away from this. Your advice from Spirit is to move away very strongly and forcefully with a lot of energy, positive energy, from this behavior that is a toxic challenge in your relationship here. And then really move away, right, with the Six of Swords. And a lot of times I see that mentally, but this kind of implies to me that Spirit is saying there will be sudden insight or sudden action that will move you away physically and mentally from this double energy which you're in right now. Look at the king kind of contemplating. He's not really made a decision yet. So, you know, it's coming. Sag. Full moon. Eclipse 26. Hint, hint, hint. Thank you guys. Capricorns. Thanks for joining me this morning. Doing our morning quickies on the beach here. This is you for the 22nd of May, the weekend of. Really good Three of Pentacles energy. I always see this. It could have an element of collaboration where you're feeling like you're in collaboration with someone, but I usually see it as someone doing good work on themselves, you know. Work in relationships, doing whatever that means to you, to make yourself the best version of yourself. I always say the best thing to bring to a relationship is yourself. So this is you bringing that to a relationship yourself here, guys. And your challenge to Queen of Swords. So they're looking right at you. This is clear. So you have, reading's been very literal today. So you have an air sign, a Gemini, or a Libra, or an Aquarius person that is challenging you, that's blocking you in some way. Now they could be blocking you also in a collaboration. They could be someone you're working with that's blocking you. I mean, if this was a work reading, it would be very clearly about a boss at work who's kind of being a dick and they're blocking you in some way. And see, Three of Pentacles, I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your ass because this is you now. But Three of Pentacles is good work. So you're doing good work, but they're yet blocking you and being negative. So Capricorn, now you need to heal. need to heal from this. Now, if this is your person, this occurred to me. It could be you have a work relationship, and what's blocking you, maybe you're not supposed to have relationships at work because it's someone you work with. It's literal, this Three of Pentacles. And maybe you need to take a break, because this is advice from Spirit, is take a break from that, step away from that Queen of Swords. So it kind of means maybe being moved to another department, or maybe breaking it off with this Queen of Swords that's causing these problems. Wow. And then Temperance, Sagittarius. Now this is going to be your person's energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus energy in Sagittarius here. The Alchemist, the Balance, the Optimism of Jupiter, the very best of Jupiter, Abundance, luck even. I think you're going to heal from this, and I think this is what's blocking you in some way, and you're going to end up with this Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus here, Capricorn. In terms of this sword, there's someone that when they come in, they'll be very, in terms of your healing, you'll feel like they're reaching out to you with a lot of positivity and optimism. That kind of gets you fired up a little bit out of your healing process. You sort of recognize them that way. They'll come in and with a very fiery optimism and warmth to them that will pull you out of it in kind of almost a fun way. So, yeah, thank you. Aquarius, here we are. This is the weekend of 22nd of May. You showing up with the High Priestess energy here and around relationships where your mind and heart is at. Let's see now. You being intuitive, you being receptive, emphasizing the divine feminine aspects, a little bit softer maybe than you normally are. This could be in regard to a specific relationship, sometimes how we are is in response to that. This is the female magician, being in a position of manifestation often when I see this too. You see a lot of people doing manifestation work, that are watching readings and stuff. So this is in your challenging position, the Knight of Wands. This is going to be a person. Now, I see this person kind of, this Knight of Wands, they're stopped in a way, or they're, maybe they're moving, but just very slowly, and they're kind of looking, and I get could be like a stalker, someone that's watching you. There's kind of a certain malevolence to it. I don't really like it. It is in your challenge position. It's almost like some kind of threat that's hovering out there. And, this High Priest too could be like some hesitation on your part, because you sense that there's a threat out there maybe. Let's see what your advice is here, guys. The Sun. Well, it's the best card tarot, so it's advice from Spirit. I tell you what, what's stronger than the Knight of Wands is the Sun. So if this is a stalker, maybe what overcomes them is shining light on them, exposing them, huh? If they are in some way intimidating you, this person, and it's got you kind of into your head, into yourself, being introverted, almost like maybe not wanting to go out, feeling passive, like you have no control. Um, what is greater than that is exposing that, bringing that out into the light, I think is what this is saying here. And then the Three of Wands, and then you have an opportunity to move on and look for what you want here. Move away from this Knight of Wands. So the Sun too, I'm going to say this, could be a Leo person that helps in this. Just came to mind. It always comes to mind for a reason. Leo is the Sun. Leo is the 5th house. Someone Leo, prominent energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Could be your new person. I don't think so, because in the end you're moving on looking for your new person. So this person is a friend, family member, friend, someone who cares about you and loves you, has a big heart. you know, and they're going to shine light on this person and kind of release you to then do what you need to do. And Pisces, always last, never least. Here we are. Could be you showing up in your own reading with the moon card. So it could mean this is about you now. The moon always implies that there's shadows, there's something unseen, something unknown. Now in this position of you, then it very clearly becomes something unseen in you, something unknown about you that you don't know about yourself. Okay. Now in the position of challenge, the Queen of Wands. I gotta see this as a person, might be your person, and because it's in the challenge position, I'm not saying the Queen of Wands is like this. The challenge position is like I could just do reversals for the card here, and because that's reading becomes here is basically the challenge is basically as if the card was reversed. So this is someone that's selfish, that's overbearing, makes it more like the King of Wands, self-centered. It could be controlling. It could be abusive behavior. All of this type of stuff. This is your challenge position. Okay, so I gotta say, with Pisces, all that martyr stuff, it could be all of that going on too. And this is the kind of thing where your friends would be saying about this person. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. That they're a dick. Why do you put up with this? Oh my God. And you're like, yes, but they were abused and they were little, or yes, but I know they really have a good heart, or yes, but I really love them, and all that. Wow. Advice from Spirit. The Ace of Cups. I'm going to go back to the moon. There's something that you don't see. Ace of Cups. And advice. Beautiful card. And as advice, this is not clear to me. So we're going to clarify. Page of Pentacles. This is your challenge. You're not giving your Ace of Cups to this fire sign. You're giving yourself to a new person who's younger than you in some way and is going to be a Taurus or a Capricorn or a Virgo person. And it's new. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So what you might not be seeing is this other person. And maybe Spirit's trying to tell you that they're there. And maybe what you're not seeing is that this person's been there all along. You know? And maybe this person at the beginning of a relationship, when they were upright, they were dynamic and sexy, dominant in a way that you liked, and they took control, and they were fun and outgoing, and it was a blast. The sex was incredible. But they've turned into the opposite, to that all that bad controlling behavior I've talked about. And what you're not seeing is that there's this person here for you, really sincerely loves you. Ace of Cups, very sincere. Page of Pentacles, they would be willing to make a very sincere commitment to you, and they may well have been holding space for you all along, and they're your person here. There's your Two of Cups. It's like you can't see it because this is blocking you. It's almost like the fire. There's this person on the other side of a big bonfire who's just the perfect one for you and all into you, but you can't see it because the fire is burning so bright you can't see each other. But they're there. And you're going to give them your cup, and they're going to give you their cup. Pisces, beautiful conclusion to the Weekend Quickies for 22nd of May. If you like people, appreciate it, and really appreciate everyone joining. Before long, we'll be at 1,000. We'll do this live, right? And it'll be fun. Thank you, guys.